Today we're going to talk about evergreen shrubs for the sun. And in a previous segment we talked about shrubs for the shade. And believe it or not, many of the plants that we talked about that tolerate shady conditions can be grown in full sun as well. Some of them might need morning sun and then afternoon shade, you know, that protection from that late hot afternoon sun and the winds. But many of them are very adaptable. A couple examples would be like this yew here. This is a Japanese Yew Taxus species. Wonderful evergreen. It will grow in sun or shade depending on the cultivar and the growing conditions. We also have the boxwoods that will grow in full sun very well and tolerate shade quite well. With the needle evergreens, the pines are probably one of our better forms of evergreens, and most of them are trees, but this particular one here is a dwarf Mugo pine, and it's very popular and easy to grow. There's again many cultivars and selections within the species, and some are very compact and very tight, and others can get quite large. Another very popular group of plants are the junipers, and you know, that one is another one where there's dozens of species, and within each of those species there are dozens, probably hundreds of cultivars and forms. So we have some low growing carpet forming types with very nice blue colored foliage to bright greens and dark green colors. We have some that do form, you know, nice mounds, also get a little bit more upright in growth habit and spread. So there's a wide variety of junipers available, and of course the junipers are very tough plants, and once they get established, they're very drought tolerant and tolerate hot, dry conditions very well. A couple of more species that I really like and excellent for hot, dry, well-drained soils, especially western Oklahoma, are the yuccas. Now this is a true yucca. This is a variegated form that's called color guard. Has very striking texture to it, as well as the nice variegations on it. You can see that there's hairs that come off of the edges of the plant. It will also send up a spike of creamy white flowers. Excellent form and good color for year-round, again all the way through the winter. This is called a red yucca, has a red flower on it. Though it's not a true yucca, it's actually Hesperaloe is the genus on this one. And there's also a yellow flowering form of it as well. So this is another excellent plant, very thin, long, evergreen leaves. Both of them provide some wonderful texture through the winter months. The last plant I wanted to highlight was the bayberry or wax myrtle. This is the northern species, Myrica pennsylvanica, and there's a closely related one, the southern wax myrtle, which is Myrica cerifera. And they're excellent plants. Of course, the southern one does a little bit better as we move further south. This one does a little bit better on the northern part of the state and further north. But it's a wonderful, again, nice evergreen shrub, broadleaf evergreen. We'll have little tiny flowers on it in the springtime, followed by some little tiny grayish black fruits. The foliage is actually quite fragrant. You crush the leaves and it has a wonderful bayberry smell to it. Evergreen plants are a real staple for the landscape because they provide that year-round interest. And as mentioned, many of them have wonderful characteristics throughout the years, like flowers, fruits, and even colorful foliage. Now, we've only talked about a few of the many selections that are available, but as you consider plants for your landscape, consider some nice evergreens as well.